Good morning, teachers and my dear friends. I am Manimekle here to present my seminar on the topic the Mughal Empire. Now, let's see the rulers of Mughal Empire. First ruler is Babur. He ruled between the year 1526 to 1530. Next, Humayun, who ruled from 1530 to 1540 and again ruled from 1555 to 1556. And the next ruler is Akbar. He was one of the most important rulers in Mughal Empire. He ruled from 1556 to 1605. And the next ruler is Jahangir. He ruled from 1605 to 1627. And the next ruler is Shah Jahan. He ruled from 1627 to 1628. And the last ruler is Aurangzeb. He ruled from 1628 to 1707. Introduction. The Mughal Empire was one of the large centralized states known in pre-modern world history. By the late in 1600s, the Mughal emperor held supreme political authority over a population numbering 100 to 150. The Mughal emperor's lands and subjects were comparable only to those who ruled by his contemporaries, the Ming Emperor of modern China. For nearly 170 years, from 1556 to 1719, the Mughal Empire remained financial, centralized, and complex organization. Men, money, information, and resources moved regularly and routinely throughout the empire. Today, the Prime Minister of India addresses the nation on Independence Day from the ramparts of Red Fort in Delhi, the residence of the Mughal emperors. Mughal military campaigns. Babur, the first Mughal emperor, ruled from 1526 to 1530, succeeded to the throne of Fergana in the year 1495. When he was only 12 years old, he was forced to leave his ancestral throne due to the invasion of another Mongol group, the Uzbeks. After years of wandering, he seized Kabul in the year 1504. In 1526, he defeated the Sultan of Delhi, Ibrahim Lodi, at Panipat and captured Delhi and Agra. This is the map of military campaigns took place in Mughal Empire by Babur, Akbar and Aurangzeb. Mughal tradition of succession. The Mughal did not believe in the rule of primogeniture where the elder son inherited his father's estate. Instead, they followed the Mughal and Timurid custom of compulsory inheritance or a division of inheritance among all the sons. Mughal relations with other rulers. The Mughals became powerful. Many other rulers also joined them voluntarily. The Rajputs are a good example of this. Many of them married their daughters into Mughal family and received high positions, but many resisted as well. The Sisodia Rajputs of Mewar refused to accept Mughal authority for a long time. Once defeated, however, they were honorably treated by the Mughals, given their lands, Watan, back as assignments, Watan Jagiri. The careful balance between defeating but not humiliating Their opponents enabled the Mughals to extend their influence over many chieftains. Now, the important point that is the notice Aurangzeb insulted Shivaji when he came to accept the Mughal authority. Akbar's policies. The broad features of administration were laid down by Akbar and were elaborately discussed by Abul Fazl in his book, the Akbarnama, in particular in its last volume, the Ain-i-Akbari. Each province also had a financial officer or divan. For the maintenance of peace and order in his province, the Subadar was supported by other officers such as the military paymaster, Bakshi, the minister in charge of religious and charitable patronage, Sadr, military commanders, Fajdars, and the town police commander Kautal. While Akbar was Fatehpur Sikri during the year 1570s, he started distribution on religion with ulma, brahmanas, Jesuit priests who were Roman Catholics and Zoroastrians. These discussions took place in Ibadat Khana. He was interested in the religion and social custom of different people. Thank you for this golden opportunity. Thank you very much.